Thanks for being with us here for Talk Pittsburgh. I have to tell you that I'm excited. I'm like looking at the clock because I'm almost done and on my holiday break, and I cannot wait to get started.
What are you most excited about?
I think just, I want to get the couple of days leading up to Christmas done because there's so much wrapping and so much to do, and I can't wait for Christmas morning when I get to have a cup of coffee and eat a cinnamon roll.
And you've sort of done everything you need to do.
That's right, and then we could just sit back and watch the joy. That's what I'm looking forward to. I cannot wait, but we're glad that you're here as we wrap up the last full week before Christmas, and of course the last weekend of Hanukkah coming too, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, we sure are. You better believe it. But it was an exciting day yesterday.
It was. It was so much fun to be over at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, and of course we were there for the 72nd annual KDKA Free Care Fund. It has been going on for that many years, and all of you really showed up. We spoke with families, we spoke with companies who were giving matching donations, the callers and volunteers working the phone lines. You were hanging out in the Austin's Playroom,
we're
right?
Checking in with some patients and talking about all the amazing programs they have over there and the services they offer. And what a special place! And I feel like I'm just still on such a high. Like being part of a community event like that is just so cool.
It's a really wonderful tradition that we have to help give back to so many families who can't afford care, and knowing that this fund is there to be there for them. It's probably no surprise by now how much money was raised, but we are going to find out a little bit later on and talk with the woman behind the foundation coming up.
Yeah.
But first, I think we have to jump into our family feed. So what do you have to share, Boaz? What's been going on with your little family?
Well, I've got a lot to share, a lot to talk about, Heather. It's Hanukkah.
Right.
It's the 5th day today, 6th night tonight. And so it's been fun because this year Aviv sort of gets it a little more.
Right.
Like he sort of understands, like we'll talk about dreidels and he'll like do this with his hands. Like he knows like, okay, so we're playing some dreidel, we're lighting candles, and obviously like watching fire is just pretty cool. So Aviv's pretty into it. And then last night on the opposite opposite side of the coin, I hosted trivia at a screening of Muppet Christmas Carol.
Get out!
At the new Dormont Row House, Hollywood Theater out there. So when we filmed a live shot for Talk Pittsburgh, I was out there and I was like, hey, if you ever do a Muppet event, I'm obsessed with the Muppets.
I want to do this.
I would love to host Muppet Trivia. And so I went last night and did it.
How was it? Was there a big turnout?
Yeah, there were like over 200 people there.
Get out!
It was so fun.
That's amazing.
Really enthusiastic, and I had some pretty hard Muppet Trivia questions, and people knew the answers, so I was very impressed with Pittsburgh's Muppet knowledge.
I'm amazed.
Yeah, what's happening with your family?
So we've been really busy, as I think a lot of people have been. It's been, one concert after the next, and these little events as they're tying up the first half of the school year. But we got to go to Rocco's school to watch him perform as a sheep in the nativity play.
Now that's a critical role.
It's a critical role. There were a lot of kids, and it was one of those performances. As you see, the young woman who was carrying the microphone, their PA system went out and they could not fix it in time for the play. So at one point she is carrying the microphone down and it becomes unplugged, but she keeps walking, and so everybody in the audience is giggling because we know that they're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
It was just these cute little mishaps that were happening, but
so sweet.
It was really special.
Is one of the sheep's lines "Bah humbug"?
No, there was no bah humbug, but it was really fun, and I love your joke.
Thank you.
It was fun. It was fun. We're excited for the season, that's for sure.
All right, well, let's get to our question of the week.
And this one was good. What's the one thing about Pittsburgh that's changed for the better over the years? And I think we can all get into that bah humbug moment and say I wish it was still this way.
Right.
But we wanted to share some of your responses.
Yeah, well, Rebecca says the lights from the bridges to the golf building to the tree at Point State Park were beautifully lit at night downtown, especially during the holiday season. Yeah, the bridges, they can do so many fancy things now.
And they're changing the art installations on them. So if you pay attention, some of the lights coordinate with a very specific reason, so you have to pay attention and dig into it a little bit.
Cool.
Robin on Facebook also said the UPMC rink at PPG Place, which we talked about earlier this week, as it was named one of the top ice rinks in the world. Most beautiful, is that what it was? Yes.
I'm skeptical of all those rankings, but I'll save that for a beef with Boaz later.
That'll be, is that what we're going to call it?
Yeah, whatever. When I
Beef
get on my
with
soapbox and complain about things. I think all these ratings are bogus, but I do agree that ice rink is beautiful. Well, Chef Janet, our buddy, says the restaurants. I love the down-home cooking in huge portions, but I feel like we're in a restaurant renaissance these days.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I mean, I know that we had a little downturn during the pandemic, but I do think that we're coming back from it, and we're seeing a lot of really cool spaces open up. Andrew on Facebook also said the neighborhoods. I love the way Pittsburgh is rebuilding.
You notice all the ones I'm reading are like a paragraph, and all of yours are
I get
2
one
words.
sentence.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm putting you to work today.
Yeah.
I do. When we were going to Children's Hospital yesterday, though, as we were driving through, I was driving through Lawrenceville, and looking at some of the construction through there. I mean, it's really incredible to see, but then you also wonder, are they taking out some of these old historic homes?
Right, what'll this neighborhood look like?
What is it going to look like in 10 years from now?
Well, Jennifer says the riverfronts, back in the 80s, plans were made to utilize them. They are even better than imagined with parks, biking, walking trails. Those once inaccessible and ugly, and now they just broke ground on that big north side development. And this is one of my big things. I think 2 things are gonna fix Pittsburgh.
Okay, tell me.
One of them is access to riverfront, which I think they're doing pretty good, and the second is a train to the airport. Still waiting for that one.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, we need a T to the North Hills. Like we do need some public transportation upgrades for sure. Dr. Jess, also our friend of the show, said on Instagram, Shenley Plaza in Oakland, it used to be a surface parking lot when I was a Pitt undergrad, and now it is a beautifully manicured lawn and park with eateries and a carousel and the outdoor canopy where you can hang out. See, I did get a paragraph.
Yeah, you did. Okay, and now my next one is 1 word. But I will say they do have mini golf there sometimes too.
Sometimes
I remember like last summer they did, which was so cool. And Janine says, thanks for the short one, microbreweries. She actually wrote Mirko breweries, but Janine, I'm not going to hold it against you.
We knew what you meant.
I know what you mean.
I do think we are so lucky to have so many really cool microbreweries around.
Yes.
There are a lot of places to check out. Well, I mentioned to you that I'm under a lot of stress right now. There's just so much to do and get done. So I thought maybe we could learn a little bit from this. I don't know if it actually works, but there is now some research being done about sour candy, and I wanted you to take a listen to this.
Okay.
From an evolutionary perspective, our brains have been conditioned or developed to recognize anything that is sour as potentially being poisonous. So what actually happens when we consume sour things like those nerd clusters, it basically like shoots us over to this like old reptilian part of our brain, that little lizard brain who's currently like pretty doped up on dopamine from all our scrolling.
Now, what I didn't gather from this conversation is then what happens. So we're now over on our amphibian side of our brain.
We think we're being poisoned.
We think we're being poisoned. And so you would think that our cortisol would actually go up, but for some reason it doesn't. It actually can, they're saying, help with stress. So I tried to look into this a little bit more, and there was one article that I found from Utah State University that suggested that it's not just the eating of the candy, but it's more in this what they call grounding technique. So it's using your senses to take yourself out of whatever situation that you're fixated on and actually using all of your senses. So, you know, I have the nerd gummy clusters, which there's been some specific research on those.
Okay.
But I also have these Sour Patch Kids, which I find to actually be more sour.
Yeah, seem more sour.
So what you would do is, you know, in these grounding techniques, it would be more like, okay, this is orange. It doesn't really look like a gummy bear, so we're looking at what it actually, with our eyes, and then you would.
This looks sort of like a broken turnip to me.
And you might even smell it. And so we're using all of your senses. You're feeling it. It feels a little gritty because the sugar on the outside. And then you would taste it and allow yourself to kind of savor the bite.
Okay.
Not just like gobble them up.
Right.
So do you want to, are you stressed at all?
Yeah, I feel stressed, and now I'm grounding myself. I'm putting it on my tongue.
Okay. It's not until you bite into it that it actually is sour, though. Are you getting it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm getting the sour.
Uh-huh. Is it doing anything to you?
Well,
do you feel less stressed?
It's making me focus on this because it's the only thing you can think about. It is such a flavor sensation that it's.
And I think that's part of it is that
it's distracting.
It's distracting. Yeah. Which I think we need, because this other video that I wanted to share with you today is being called a millennial spiral. I felt this in my bones, chuckled along with her, but also really enjoyed this. So take a look.
I always say just, and I cannot do emojis because I don't want to be off-putting.
What's wrong with emojis?
Everything, they're bad now. It's crazy because when I was 22, I nannied a 9-year-old, and I was like, there's no older age than 22, but there is. It's 33.
Okay.
It's 33.
Oh.
And I still don't drink water.
Okay. So she has a crush out about everything in her life as a 33-year-old. This is Hannah Pilks. She's an actor, comedian, social media personality. I don't think this was staged. I think these are real tears, and she was just having a moment thinking about everything that she is doing wrong. She says just too much.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the fact that she uses emojis. They're not cool anymore.
Right.
And now she's old. So we wanted to bring in Dr. Katie Stewart to help us through our own millennial crash outs. Maybe help us with the de-stressing, and you can help us decode some of the sour candy stuff too.
Oh, I love that we're combining
all of this. Yeah.
So first of all, I have to say, I think I have some responsibility for the millennial spiral.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with being therapized.
You think so?
Yes, because millennials are the most therapy-engaged generation we have ever seen.
Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, obviously, we want therapy. We think that it helps us through, but like, when is it a bad thing?
Well, I'm going to say it's not inherently good or bad, right? It's in
Yeah.
how we use it. But what that has created is a very self-aware generation, which I believe you two are elder millennials, right? I'm technically a young Gen X, so this is not me. I'm the one doing the therapy. But what happens is sometimes we then get so caught in our head, and then we're verbalizing it because that's where social media comes in, right? This is a generation where they saw the advent of social media and putting everything out there. So now every thought about, oh my God, am I doing this right? And what about this? And what about being 33? And now this emoji is not cool. It comes out our mouths. And this happens in my office 5 to 7 times a day.
Wow.
How much sour candy do you go through in that office?
Do you have sour candy in your
I
office?
don't, but there is actually, I'm so glad, I had no idea you guys were gonna talk about this, but there's another way to use it.
Okay, tell me.
So the lifespan of an emotion, and this comes from stroke research, is about 90 seconds. When it peaks. So exactly, you take a warhead, remember those?
Yes.
Or some sort of sour candy when you're feeling super anxious. Put it in your mouth, allow that sensation to kind of go through.
For 90 seconds.
For 90 seconds. So as that sour sensation peaks and then goes away, so should that emotion.
Huh.
Wow.
There's so
the
much
next
to it.
Yeah, the next time you're gonna do your millennial spiral, just
Warhead.
Yeah, I feel like
There
I
we
need
go.
like always just have a pocket full of
Sour candy.
Yeah.
It could help. Now we know.
Lifesaver.
Dr. Katie, thank you. We're going to check in with you. And still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, the sounds of the holiday are rockin' Heinz Hall. We hopped on our one-horse open sleigh to check out the PSO's holiday pops.
And another boring calendar, another plain pen, yawn. We'll stick around to see the top gift picks that your work colleagues will actually love. And it's Friday, we're starting the weekend with some new music, this time by One Republic.
The band just released a brand new single, Give Me Something. Take a listen. There is no better place to get into the holiday spirit than here at Heinz Hall. And of course, the biggest tradition, the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra's Holiday Pops concert. I am here with one of the featured vocalists. We have Blaine Alder. Krause, so good to see you.
How are you?
This is amazing. You're coming in from New York City to perform for this.
Yes. New York City, one snowy, blizzardy,
City
brutal
to the next.
city to the next. No brutal. It's all good.
What is it like to perform with the PSO?
You know, I'm glad you asked that because every night that I go out on stage, I make it a dramatic point to say that I'm thrilled, I'm honored, that it's a privilege. Obviously, if you don't know, your city has, a multi-Grammy award-winning symphony orchestra. Just played at Carnegie Hall, got rave reviews in the New York Times. And as a singer who got into theater later in life, this was the dream. I don't know how many instruments behind me, but tons of instruments, an incredible hall, sharing music. It really is a dream. My friends who are artists and singers, jealous.
That you get to be here for this.
Yeah,
well, I mean, we're standing here at Heinz Hall, and you can look all around you.
Yeah.
The grandeur of it all, the Christmas
drama,
tree here.
gorgeous.
If you are not yet in the holiday spirit, you come here and you automatically feel the warmth
we
of
force
it.
you into it.
Yeah,
We
you
force you
really
into
do.
it.
So in gearing up for this and practicing with them, what have you found? What kind of enjoyment in the collaboration?
Exactly that. you know, we're in a interesting time in humanity, right? About isolationism and individualism. And the holidays are awesome because we come together. I think we come together because we're cold. So it's like we gather towards warm bodies,
That's right?
But exactly that, collaboration. We've got the Mendelssohn Choir, we've got, you know, an orchestra, we've got Santa Claus, we've got, you know, soloists, there's me, a theater person, and then there's the missing piece, the audience. And so it's special to me because I think we crave it. It's something we need right now.
Yeah.
A reminder that we need each other.
Well, that's right. So we need to see the audience. We need them to come on out. And what kind of songs will you be performing during the Pops concert?
A range of music, classic holiday concerts, you know, from the 50s, 60s, holiday music from old musicals like White Christmas. We've got some gospel arrangements, Whitney Houston style songs, big chamber musics, and then ending with like those classic Oh Holy Nights that we all love.
And we get a special treat today because you're going to give us just a little glimpse. So what are you going to perform
for us? A little
for
taste.
us?
We're going to be doing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
One of my favorites. Can't wait.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Yeah.
So good, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. And there are still tickets available for tonight's show at 7:30.
And there are 4 more chances to catch Blaine, Alden, Krause, and the PSO this Saturday and Sunday. We're going to have the link for more information
You wish
on
you
our
could just
website.
like play piano
And
like
just sing like that?
effortlessly.
I know.
That
It's
would be cool.
amazing.
Yeah, and while we're talking about the symphony, they just had some special Pittsburghers audition to be a part of their group.
But let's see if they made the cut. Take a look. Yeah, you can see Coach Tomlin sitting there judging. Members of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra stopped by the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex to play holiday music for the team, and then some of them joined in to see if they can make the cut.
Yeah, we see some rookies auditioning: Will Howard, Jack Sawyer, Caleb Johnson. I don't know if this is their.
You can see Aaron Rodgers on the ground there. Yeah.
Is he about to pick up a tuba?
I
What's he doing over
don't
there?
know. I don't know. And Coach Tomlin, of course, there's too, judging and weighing in. Very nice treat for them, and it's fun to see them involving the spirits as well.
Yeah, well, coming up, from Sydney Sweeney to SpongeBob, there's a little something for all ages in our weekend watch guide. Heather's breaking down what to add to your popcorn plans. That's next. 'Twas the Friday before Christmas, and all through the house, Mom was stressed and yelling at her spouse. What did she need to get festive and bring cheer? A good movie or show? to calm the holiday fear. Okay, well, the mom is Heather, and she needs some couch time, so let's give it to her, right?
Yeah, it's me. I'm the one that's stressed. I'm the one that's yelling. And it's time to make some popcorn plans because I think we deserve it. We are diving in with some picks for everyone. As you know, Christmas week brings a lot of movies to the theater, and we are starting with a haunting one that'll have you questioning everything.
I want you to feel safe here.
I do.
Theodore. You're a lifesaver. I don't know what I'd do without you. Millie.
I need this job. I can't lose it. I do not want to go back.
Are you confused about who the villain is? Same. The Housemaid has some heavy hitters: Amanda Seyfried, Sydney Sweeney, Brandon Sklenar, who got a lot of attention from his role in Paramount's Yellowstone spinoff 1923. Sydney Sweeney is the live-in maid, and something isn't quite right. So who's crazy, who's dangerous, and is the job really worth it? Based on a best-selling novel, The Housemaid is in theaters only starting today. All right, if your little Rugrats are already itching to get out of the house, load them up in the minivan and take them to see SpongeBob Search for SquarePants. Take a look.
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Me too?
Only if you put on some pants.
I'm taking you to the underworld.
Are you sure he's the one?
He's the key to unlocking my curse.
What are we laughing about?
SpongeBob's in danger. We gotta go save him.
I have to tell you, I was able to see a special early screening of this, and I laughed out loud a few times. SpongeBob wakes up one morning and is finally a big guy. But how does he prove it? By becoming an official swashbuckler, of course. But that takes him on an adventure led by a conniving pirate. Does SpongeBob earn his big guy status or remain a bubble-blowing little guy? The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants is in theaters now. Are you ready to venture back to Pandora? The third Avatar movie is in theaters. Take a look.
If there's something you can do, then you must do it.
The children? No, Spider.
And we will find another way.
We are back with the Sully family again, and they're hoping for peace, but they are met by a fire-wielding clan. Epic battles in a war where it's unclear where good and evil truly lie. This is obviously getting a lot of attention. As you remember, the first Avatar in 2009 is the highest grossing movie ever. The second installment in 2022, the third highest. So Avatar: Fire and Ash is sure to bring a lot of people to the theaters this weekend. All right, so maybe you need a little action to grace your screen at home while you're battling the tape and wrapping paper. Fans are excited that the second season of Fallout is finally here.
So people know that how they conduct themselves matters. They don't give up hope.
The stuff we fight for, the story has it you used to believe in those things too.
I wish I had for 200 years. I've kept myself alive for one reason. To find my family.
Well then, you're gonna need friends.
The first season introduced us to a post-apocalyptic world based on one of the biggest video games. Lucy McLean's eyes are wide open now, and she is on a hunt to find her dad, joined, of course, by the ghoul. And it's sure to be a ghoulish adventure. People familiar with the game may be waiting to see what familiar characters appear in season 2. And even if you've never played the game, I can promise you it is not a dull series. Fallout Season 2 is now streaming on Prime Video. Keep in mind, next week is going to bring even more cinematic treats, including Anaconda and Marty Supreme. So get that popcorn poppin'. Boaz, did you have a favorite? You have a pick?
Well, I don't know. I was intrigued by Fallout. I've never played the video game, but it looks sort of fun.
Season 1 is great. Get caught up.
All right. Thanks, Heather. Well, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, everyone's ranking their favorite Christmas songs this time of year. And today, I'm sharing my top 5 Hanukkah songs. Will I have a little dreidel make the cut? Well, you're going to find out right after the break.
were so many Christmas songs, and all us Jewish kids had was the song Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel. And so I wrote a brand new Hanukkah song for you Jewish kids to sing, and I hope you like it. Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much funnaka to celebrate Hanukkah.
Now, I love Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song, obviously, but I do have to disagree with him here because he says the only other Hanukkah song is I Have a Little Dreidel. And there are actually tons of Hanukkah songs out there. The problem is most of them are in Hebrew, so I think that's why most people
don't know them.
Do you know any Hanukkah songs?
I was going to say the Adam Sandler one.
Yeah.
And that was it. And
Yeah.
I think that then it probably furthered the misconception that there were
that's
no
the only
other
one.
Hanukkah songs.
Well,
yeah.
I am going to share my top 5 Hanukkah songs. I don't think
cannot
anyone else is doing this in Pittsburgh, so you've tuned in to KDK TV on the right day.
I love this.
All
you
right.
even brought a dreidel.
Yeah, I brought a
not
dreidel,
a dreidel,
I brought a
mean
menorah.
a menorah.
I did bring
Yeah.
dreidels
Oh, did
too.
you?
They're
I didn't
over
see
here.
it, yeah.
You can
Okay.
see through things. It's impressive, Heather.
It's lovely.
It is the 6th day today. That's why I've got these ones up here.
Okay, so tell me your songs.
Okay, top 5 Hanukkah songs. So I'm going to start with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. In 2015, they released 8 Days of Hanukkah. Have you heard the song? It's super catchy. This is them doing it at the Little Desk, concert, the NPR one.
Oh, yes.
Super fun song, and this is one of the few English ones that I really love. It's a modern song. They're still writing new Hanukkah songs, not at the same clip as Christmas songs.
Although we don't see a lot of new Christmas songs. There are a lot of renditions of old Christmas
It's true.
songs, but yeah, this is great.
Well, maybe I should be writing new Christmas songs because Jews wrote a lot of the old ones.
Oh, really? Yeah, you told me this before.
Yeah, well, another one I love, this is an oldie, Ma'ot Tzur, and you sing this every night after you light candles, and this one's about 1,000 years old. The melody is about 500 years old, and some people translate it to Rock of Age, and it sort of poetically tells the story of different times that the Jewish people have faced enemies, sort of like the Pharaoh in Egypt, which is, like the 10 Commandments story. And now another English one I love.
You're not going to sing it for us.
I'll sing a little bit. Ma'oz Tzur Yeshuati L'chana El Shabeach. Okay, well, you heard enough. Now,
the fact that you have a kazoo in your pocket
I
at
love
all times.
Matis Yahu's Happy Hanukkah. Do you remember Matis Yahu?
Yeah,
He was big, like a singer-rapper a couple years ago. This is fun. He sings it in the title, Happy Hanukkah. Very cheerful. I want to bring back another old one, Mi Yamalel, which literally means who can retell. This one's about 100 years old, and it briefly tells the story of Hanukkah in like 3 lines. Mi Yamalel Kvuret Yisrael Otam Mi Yimne Hen Bechador Yakum Hagibor Go El Ha'am. Lastly,
I thought you were going to wait for me to sing it.
Oh, yeah, Jordan. And lastly,
Next
this
time, I
one's a
promise.
real bop, Al Hanisim. When I found this version, which some choir is singing over here, this one is great. And the words are like these liturgical words that are at least 1,200 years old.
Wow.
But this melody is from the 1960s, and it is so catchy. And it basically expresses thanks for all the miracles throughout history. And you got to get to the part where they're singing, because gosh, this song is a bop.
Wait. Okay, yes, it's very catchy.
Al hagvurot, ve'al hachuot, ve'al hamilchamot, she'asita lavoteinu.
I'm just appreciative that you brought us a little bit of history
Yeah,
on
I
this.
wish you could play
Thank
piano,
you.
Heather. That'd be
It's
really
coming.
fun.
And you know what else is coming up? Dr. Katie Stewart. Don't go anywhere. She's joining us next.
The lights are up, everything's looking festive, the calendar is full, yet for many people the season feels surprisingly joyless, and that nagging sense of, I think I should be happier than this, can be unsettling.
If the holidays feel more draining than joyful this year, it may not be burnout or aging. It could be something with an actual name. Dr. Katie Stewart is here to explain this condition and how understanding it can help you feel more like yourself again. So, anhedonia, am I saying that right?
You got it.
Is that your neighbor?
Anhedonia.
It's not my neighbor.
Okay.
It's a real condition, but what is it exactly?
So really, to put it very simply, it is the loss or lack of joy. It's either a reduced capacity for or an inability to experience pleasure.
This feels very much like what we would call depression, but...
Well, you're close.
Okay.
So this is a really common and core symptom of depression, and it can also be a symptom of other disorders like bipolar disorder, PTSD, schizophrenia, anxiety disorders. But in and of itself, it's not a diagnosis, but you can experience it, particularly this time of year, without having another mental health diagnosis.
And so what can cause this?
Yeah.
So there's, research looking at the brain, of course, and that research mainly goes back to the brain's reward center and dopamine. You guys know what dopamine is? Yeah, so people call it the feel-good chemical. So what happens is when people are experiencing anhedonia, they think that either the brain isn't releasing enough dopamine or our receptors aren't working with it properly. But I think, so that might be why it's happening, but what I see, especially this time of year, clinically and in the office is, I'm not feeling the way I think I should, right? This isn't how I expected to feel. And that alone can really kind of make the whole thing worse.
Pull you down.
And have people feel like kind of flat and numb.
Because there is this expectation that it's the most joyous time of the year, and so you feel like you need to rise to the occasion. So what do you do with that feeling?
Well, so believe it or not, there was a very famous American psychologist, born in Pittsburgh.
Get out.
Yes, but in 1913, so we can't ask him about this. His name was Albert Ellis, and he was very gregarious, had this big personality, and one of his famous lines was, "Stop shooting on yourself."
Oh, gosh. Tell us, that sounds like it at one point was a curse word. Tell us more about this.
Well, so this whole idea of I should feel this way when I put up the tree, when I open this present, when someone gives me a hug. And so I think the way to deal with that, so something to consider is that people with anhedonia often say, I just feel disconnected. Right? From people, from things. So mindfulness, I know you guys are not shocked to hear me say the big M word again. Mindfulness is so important here because it's about connection with the present moment, but without expectation.
Well, you know how we were talking about like this grounding, even with the sour candy? You know, is that something that we could do? Because I think it can feel even overwhelming to try and be present.
Absolutely.
You think there's a million things happening at once. I just watched this funny video of a mom who was baking cookies and her kid took off the diaper and there's like chaos all around you. And being present in those moments can feel like a chore. So how do you do that? How do you find the grounding technique to do it?
It's really just focusing on one thing that is most calling your attention. So if it's baking, maybe it's the smell. And then maybe that takes you to, oh, I have this memory of this time, and then I notice this color. So it's not about controlling the thoughts. It's not about changing anything. It's just noticing what is here right now, like that very sour Patch Kid.
Yes, right. It was good too.
Well, it's interesting to me, and I don't know if I'm suffering from anhedonia or not, but like ever since my dad died like 2 years ago, and there'll just be days where I just feel like randomly, like just one day, I'll just feel so lost in like grief and everything is like, what's the point? I have a son and he'll never meet my dad and that's so sad and why can't I be a son and a dad at the same time? And
well, and I think too, the holidays, I mean, we're in Hanukkah right now. I mean, I think when you're around this time of year and you do have a loss like that, it can make it even more pronounced.
Absolutely. And I think that's another time to not push away, right? Invite in the memories of your dad. You know, what would, I know it's heartbreaking, right? Why can't you be a dad and a son at the same time? We don't have an answer for that. Right? But right now, you're a dad with a beautiful son who your dad would have enjoyed.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just tearing up here.
Oh gosh! All right, he's gonna send his copay over.
Perfect. All right. This one's on me.
No, it's very important. I think it's a good reminder to all of us because we don't have to be the most joyous this time of year, but be present if you can. Thank you so much, Dr. Katie Stewart. Always good. And if you're interested in booking a session with Dr. Katie, we're gonna have more information for you on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
And coming up on the show, Pittsburgh, you showed up big yesterday. The Free Care Fund Telethon raised an incredible amount for kids at UPMC Children's Hospital.
Next, we are sitting down with the leaders who make it happen every day. Plus, we're revealing how much was raised last night. Talk Pittsburgh. We'll be right back. The 72nd annual KDKA Free Care Fund Telethon was last night, and it was really such a special night.
Yeah, every year since 1954, Pittsburgh has shown up for local children and families, and you did it again this year.
Check out this number, $1.9 million. That's how much money you helped us raise yesterday for the Free Care Fund at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh.
And we're joined now by Rachel Petroselli, the president of the UPMC Children's Hospital Foundation. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for everything that KDKA did to make last night's 72nd telethon a huge success.
Wow.
It was really beautiful. We were talking about it, just being part of it.
And that amount of money is crazy. Were there any moments that stand out from you yesterday in terms of generosity or just sort of the magic of the evening?
The standouts are always the ability to tell the stories of such remarkable patients and their families, the resilience, the courage, the struggle, but also shining a light on the extraordinary care that happens at UPMC Children's that we're all blessed to benefit from.
I do think it is something when you see the families coming through and they say, on my darkest days we came in here, and you can feel the sense of comfort walking through. You know it's going to be a tough day. You also know that you're in such good hands.
You do. And what's also remarkable is to see children that go through really some of the toughest things that any child should ever have to go through, and not focus on that. They focus on the good. They focus on the pet therapy visits. They focus on the child life experiences.
The bingo that you did.
They focus on bingo and Dream Big Studio. Those are the things that stay with them and makes it less scary for them when they have to come back. And that's why I think UPMC Children's Hospital is such a special place.
It is.
Well, it's such a world-class facility. I was talking to a 17-year-old Meredith who was there, who'd gotten a liver transplant about a month ago, and she lives in Buffalo, and they can't do that in Buffalo. Like, she had they took her in an ambulance to Pittsburgh to do this procedure a month ago, and she's doing great. And they said in a couple more weeks she can be back in a pool, because she was like breaking state records like a month and a half ago.
It's such a remarkable story for sure, and it highlights how children across our country, they don't have a world-class children's hospital just a few minutes from home. And there are families that travel not only hours, but they'll travel across states and across countries to access care at Children's Hospital.
Let's talk specifically about the Free Care Fund, because as someone, as a mom who was just at Children's Hospital for multiple procedures, you're not worried about anything else except for making sure that your child is healthy and fine. And that's the only thing you want. But you know that there could be a financial burden that comes on the other side. That's where the fund comes in to take that away.
Absolutely. More than 35,000 children were benefiting from the Free Care Fund last year.
Wow.
Every dollar counts. Every donation we receive, big or small, makes a difference and helps us honor that commitment that really was at our founding of UPMC Children's more than 135 years ago. Never to turn a child away, to ensure that they had the access to the best care possible, regardless of their family's ability to pay.
Yeah.
Well, and it was remarkable because you hear all these stories of people who, were recipients of the Free Care Fund and now are finding ways to give back. Someone flagged you down yesterday to give you a check
for $50.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was doubled because of, I know we had so many generous match partners throughout the few hours that we were on the air. But yeah, it was very touching to see, even while they're still receiving care, that they wanted to give back.
We have seen so many families turn their experience, the gratitude they have for the care that they had, into these creative fundraising opportunities.
Yeah.
And even for families who don't have the outcome that they hope for, and their child does not go home, they also turn the gratitude for the care that they received, that their child benefited from, into something that is about giving back so that another child's journey could be a little bit better.
I have some friends who work over at the foundation. I know you guys work hard year-round to make all of this happen, and we just thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who called in, went online, made a donation, and most importantly, our partners that gave so generously and called on across our community to participate.
Eaton Park with Ford, more than 270,000. Howard Hanna, more than 300,000. I mean, it was really impressive to see some of these big companies coming through.
We're thrilled, and we look forward to next year.
Can't wait
Oh my
for it.
gosh.
Thank
well, thank you for letting us be a part of it. Thanks so much, Rachel. And of course, thanks to everyone at UPMC Children's for making it all possible.
And of course, our thanks again to all of you at home, too, for your continued support of the Free Care Fund. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh. Tired of giving gifts at the annual work party that scream, I grabbed this last minute? Your office cred is on the line. Stick around to see some of the items that your coworkers will actually use and thank you for. That's next.
If your go-to professional gift is still a generic notebook or a world's best boss mug, I think we need to talk. 'Cause whether it's for a colleague, a client, or the ambitious go-getter in your life, the right gift can really make a big impression.
Holly Wilbanks of the Wilbanks Consulting Group is helping us upgrade our gifting game with some of the best ideas for working professionals. And I think it can be really hard because we don't want to be too personal, but we also want to make sure that we're gifting something that works and is a good fit.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think we have a nice variety here. Everybody always thinks about books a lot of times. times. It's the thing I get asked about the most. And I have a couple book suggestions,
Mm-hmm.
but we also have various other suggestions here too.
So let's start. I mean, if we don't mind, can we start down here? What is
Absolutely.
this little thing here?
So
The
these
little package of
Yes.
green
Yes.
balls.
What are the
So-
green balls? What are these?
These are fidget balls, and basically they go around like this. You can buy more than
Are they
just
magnetic?
4. They are magnetic, so just be careful if you have little kids at home. But they're great for
Or a
if-
pacemaker.
Exactly. And if you're really needing some creative energy or outlet, you can go like this. You know, everybody has a stress ball already.
Yeah.
This is different, and you can buy them in larger quantities. You can kind of
Heather's
build
like,
them
give
too.
those, put those in my hand already.
Well, I'm telling you, my kids have so many different fidgets, and it really does help them, I think, manage, like, instead of the bouncing knee, they're just kind of like working, you know, it's just a good way to use that energy that you have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we have this really cute sign, which is a combination of sarcasm and humor. So work forecast, busy, scattered sarcasm with a chance of muttered profanities.
I need that.
That's for the sarcastic friend and coworker. Here we have, this calls for a spreadsheet. A mug always goes well, particularly if you give a mug warmer.
Yes.
And I have to say, I love this mug warmer. I've been using it for a while now. It does plug in.
Yeah.
But I will say that I looked at some of the battery operated ones, and you have to get a mug that comes with it. And I've heard that the battery doesn't hold the charge.
That's right. My mom actually gifted me one, and I love it. I keep it at my desk, but I will say that the lifespan of the battery does not last very long. So if you're a slow coffee drinker, like I could drink it all day, the same cup, then you need something like this that's going to be better.
Is this a planner over here?
It is.
Can I say I bought my planner for this year, and it is so satisfying just to have a new planner.
Just to have a new
It's so
planner?
It
fun.
really is. And I love this one because this is for people like me where it has to be out or it doesn't get done.
Yeah. Right.
If you buy a nice one that closes like this other one over here, I'm never going to get through that to-do list.
Right.
So if you know somebody who it has to be out or it won't get done, this is a great solution for them. And then we have this planner over here, which is great for creatives. It comes with stickers. It comes with decorative tape. It comes with stencils so you can outline your day and your tasks in different ways.
Yeah.
Colorful markers. Those are great for creative professionals.
Right.
And then over here, we have a lovely acrylic stand. This is great, particularly for people who work from home a lot. A lot of times we see people hunching over at their desks. If you get a little platform like this to elevate your computer, and that will help you make sure that you stay upright, you don't get headaches, you don't get stiff necks and backs.
Can we go back to this? What is this?
So this is one of the little things that goes in your car, okay? It clips on to your fan situation in your car and where your air comes out. This is great for the coworker who's always rolling into the meeting late, or they get their speeding ticket on the way to the meeting because they're always running late. Just get them one of these, tell them to safely pull over in their car, and then they can use this to take a meeting safely from a parking lot and then make it to the office after that.
And is this if you want to be part bionic?
It could be, but really that is a neck fan.
Okay.
And it's really great for stuffy environments, or as we've talked about many times on this show together, people who are experiencing hot flashes in the workplace.
Yes, yeah.
And so that is a fantastic way to just cool down in an office environment that feels too much.
I love it. Really great ideas
I love
and
these.
unique.
I'm still
Aren't they
playing
fun?
with these. These are really fun.
Good ideas, Holly. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Really
Thank
great.
you.
And if you would like to learn more about these gifts or how Holly and her team can help the working professional in your life, head to our website and we'll be right back.